Thursday morning. Hello, how are you? 9 o'clock is it? Or just 10 past 9 I think, isn't it? How are you doing?
Good.
Good. What's happening here? 2 games at the same time?
Well, I'm trying to figure out how to do the game.
Oh, okay. I see. Doing research. Yeah. So it's sunny. First 24 hours that we've had, which didn't have rain in the rain gauge for a couple of weeks. It's always been a bit of rain each day for the last 2 weeks, but not in the last 24 hours. The blinds shut on that side, and then as the sun moves around, we kind of close the blinds conservatively because otherwise it's just too hot. I think this had a nice effect where you've had the sunflower growing up, and then at the lower level, you've had this nigella, blue and white nigella. On this one, there's a little sunflower, and there's this cosmos just flowering there. Just different things, yeah, surrounding the sunflower, yeah. Sweet pea. So I'm just going to download. The rain gage's been out for a few months in the garden. You just take the top off, and then inside there's this little data logger. And of course there's no wires you have to touch, you just have to connect the data logger to this special device. You shove it in there, and then by optical readout, that then feeds into the computer. So I'm just going to see if it's still working with the battery and everything, and download the data from it into the computer. So that's what I'm about to do. So it's now connecting it. It wouldn't connect at first, and I think the battery had run out, these little tiny batteries. So I put a different battery in, it's now connecting. So it has stopped at some point collecting data. So I'll have to check it a bit more often. I haven't checked it for a long time. So we'll see when it stopped. It's just connected up to this device, and then it's like using optical readout on the logger, and you just put it back in the rain gauge when you're finished. So here's a plot of the results. So this is just cumulative rainfall. So 0 is here. So it started off at 0, and then it's got the dates here. So it's actually September 21 running through to September 22, but yeah, we're currently in mid-August. This is August here. And so there's the rainfall. And there was that, you can see how they had that very dry period, nothing happened, and then each day it just slowly increments recently over the past couple of weeks. It's been going up, but there was a couple of weeks with no rainfall at all, you can see there. And this black line is actually the temperature. So you can see, so that's the temperature. So there's 0, and you can see in winter quite a few frosts and things going below 0 at night time. And then these higher temperatures during the day. Of course, it's not in a proper Stevenson screen or anything. It's just on the lawn, so you can see actually it suggests there's a few times when it went above 40 degrees, and that probably did because it was on the lawn in the direct sunlight, and it probably did go above 40 degrees. So it's not a proper air temperature. It's just a temperature of the data logger. So yeah. So I've got the status. I put like a different battery in, 83% now. So it was, I thought it was September, sorry, it's February when I launched it, 9th of February. I just thought it was displaying the dates in an American version. So 9th of February, and then yeah, recorded everything fine. Been about 580 millimeters of rainfall since then. And so I'm just going to reset it again and put it back in the garden. It was about 10 to 4 on Thursday afternoon, and mowed the lawn earlier today. Did a little bit of pruning of 1 or 2 of these bushes which had gone a bit out of shape and a bit big, so I've just trimmed those to shape a bit. Yeah, I don't wear jeans. Yeah. So these haven't been washed, they're just hanging up to air a bit. out of my little compost heap there, grass cuttings and things. So I've cleared this, the thorn, the holly and stuff that was in here, just to stop people scratching their faces and things when they come in. Do that a bit. For some reason we've got these gulls coming over the house. 2 of them. There's 2 more. There's 3 of them. What's going on? Come have a look at this, Stephanie. These gulls.
Did
I thought at the seaside. Did you hear them? Did you think you were at the seaside?
Well, let's just see if they come back. See what happens. So I have clay soils here, and the shrink clay when it's dry, and you can see just under here where the grass has been lost because this bush is going right down. I've just cut it back. You can see the cracks have emerged in the dry clay, creating these holes, little macropore channels. But what there is, there's a really big one here, which is actually piping. So soil piping. So here it is here. It's a big crack that's developed because of the shrinking of the clay. And then you can see the tunnel is huge that's developed. And in fact, if I put my finger in there, it goes right the way back in that way. I could feel it going right the way under here, like this. There's actually a soil pipe that's developed on my lawn. As the clay has shrunk a lot, you can see how big that is. I mean, that's wide. I can get 2 fingers in there, next side by side, easy enough. Poke in there. It's quite deep. It goes right down, you can see. So that's developed there, soil piping. But because it's clay, it should swell up again when it wets up and close up probably. But sometimes it doesn't. Once flow starts to happen, those pipes can start to come back, and you actually get an erosion happening, a gully erosion happening. It just caves in, and you get a depression in your lawn or whatever. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see what happens with that. But you can see more visibly these ones which haven't got the grass on. It's a smaller version of it here. Crack development, and another one here. You can see there. And they're very big. I can get my finger right in like that. Look. So yeah, it's quite interesting, isn't it?